buy something that is tropical and it needs to come indoors in the winter time, depending on where you live. And now you got to dig it out, put it in something lightweight, carry it around. Now, guess what? With this wonderful garden pot mover, you can move your heavy pots around, whether you need to bring them in the house, into the garage, or just move them from place to place. After you've got them filled with all that heavy soil and your plants, you don't have to try dragging or, heaven forbid, lifting something that's really, really heavy. Can I just tell you, these things are really hard to find.
They are.
At retail. I've asked at some of the big box stores, do you have those things with wheels that I can move my plants on? And they don't even sometimes, you mean a dolly? No, I'm not talking about a dolly. I'm talking about something specific to pots. That's what this is for under $50, 4 easy payments of $12.50 today, but the price will go up at the end of the day. And Janine Ferrello, this is our only order of the season.
How are you?
I'm great. I'm so glad these are here.
You're exactly right. We don't want to break our back bringing in our pots, moving them into the sun, then back into the shade, bringing them in when the season is over.
Right.
We don't want to break our backs doing that.
Sure.
You don't want to have to ask somebody to help you do it or break the pot. Exactly.
Right.
So this is the easiest way now to do it. It holds a 165-pound weight limit on here, so that's great, right?
Yeah.
Because some of those pots do get up to about 100 pounds. And you have a big pot. Container gardening is all the rage.
Sometimes they're too heavy to lift even when they're empty.
Exactly.
Let alone when you fill them up with dirt and a flower.
Absolutely. And if you put some pebbles or stone in the bottom for your drainage, forget about it.
So look, here's what I'm telling you. If you bought from Cottage Farms any of the patio trees, you bought the twisted trunk tropical hibiscus, you brought a butterfly, you bought the lantana trees, you bought any plant that is not going to exist outside over the winter in your area of the country in a pot. A lot of times when we sell the plants, we say you need to bring these indoors over the winter. This is what you need to have to move those pots around.
And it's a pot that's 8 inches tall to 30 inches tall and anywhere in between. I'm going to show you how you do it. So you have this little foot rest right here, right? So then you have down at the bottom, you have your forklift, if you will, like a little mini forklift.
Yeah.
So you tilt this forward. You slide your heavy planter onto that. There's suction cups that are even going to help it more, to feel more secure. Then you have your gripper bar right here. That gripper bar is great because you can go, again, all the way up to 30 and all the way down to 8 and anywhere in between. You squeeze it to move it. You squeeze the handle. It even has the rubber stoppers so it doesn't damage ceramic or damage your pot or the paint. You put it all the way down to where you need it. Then you tilt it back,
let's stop right there for 1 second. So, what makes this better than a dolly, for a lot of reasons, but the main reason I can see is this. Because when you have a dolly, you might be able to slide it under your pot, but now you're bending over, trying to lift the pot back so it doesn't fall off, and that's going to hurt your back too. When you have this gripper, now it's holding onto the pot for you. You just press with your foot. You're not bending and doing anything here.
Right.
And roll it to where you want it to go.
Exactly right, because if you don't have the gripper, it moves all over to your point. It falls off. So that's what we've done for you. We've now given you such ease of use, and it's not a headache. So that's what I love about it, because when you're at waist height, this is easy to pick up. Okay, it's still heavy. This is a heavy planter. It's easy to pick up rather than if you had to get down on the ground, you're breaking your back, you're hurting your back to pick these up.
So here's the item itself. Is there any assembly, Janine?
Yes, very little assembly. It takes 4 to 5 minutes, just a couple of screws and cotter pins, and you're good to go. I mean, honestly, it's not hard at all.
Okay, so here comes some video. We're going to show how to put it together. It comes in several pieces in the box.
Right, so that's just your center bar that you're putting together there. Very easy to do with the screw. As you can see, then you're just going to put, you're screwing that in. It comes with everything you need to put it together. And then there's your cotter pin. That's how you're putting on the bottom. That's how you're putting on the little lift at the bottom. This is going to take you 4 to 5 minutes. Once you get it together, you're never going to stop using this. Look at this. We're doing evergreens in our planters. We're doing everything in container gardening. That's what's so great. Again, you're putting it right under. You slide that on.
Right. Slide that down.
You slide this down.
And tilt.
And tilt. Now I'm moving this with all of the soil, the heavy you know, the foliage in here, everything gets so heavy, so you don't have to worry anymore about hurting your back.
And the
this makes
alternative
life
is,
easy.
the alternative, as you know, is bad. You're either dragging, or if I didn't have this, I would be, first of all, trying to lift. That's bad. Or trying to do this. And pretend this is full of dirt. You've done this. Scoot, 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 because it's so heavy.
You're
right?
exactly right.
And it's bad for your
You're
back,
right.
and you drag it across the floor, you tear up your pavement, you ruin the pot, and by the time you get there, you're like, oh, I just should have let that thing die.
And how about when you
It's
do
so hard to move the pot.
And how about when you do weeding, or if you want to put your mulch in something and you're out doing and you're going to get your mulch? Well, here's a galvanized tub. This is on the lower end. So again, you're just putting this on the lift. You're finding that spot. I tilt this back a little bit, and then you're able now to wheel this around. You have your mulch, you have all your clippings, your weeds, whatever it may be.
So many multiple uses. So this is our only order of the season. You guys have asked for this. It's back.
Yeah.
So we have only about 1,500 to go around for the rest of this season. You won't see any more till 2020. So if this looks like something that would be helpful in your garden, please, please, please pick it up while we have it in stock. And today you get 4 easy pays, but the price goes up at the end of the day. Janine, thank you for coming in.
Good to see you, my
Appreciate
friend.
it. Mwah. See you soon.
You too.